Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We get set here for the nightcap between ICC and Holmes. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Bulldogs, number 6 team in the country, takes care of the Lady Indians. And they pick up a 4-0 victory after 2 goals in the first half, 2 in the second half. And the Lady Bulldogs just a little bit too much to handle there. So for our matchup here in the nightcap, as I'm getting my one of my rosters here set. I forgot to do that in between games. But, yeah, Holmes comes in with a record of 1-5, 1-2. In the North, ICC, 5-2, winners of 4 straight, 3-0 in the MACJC, or MACCCC North, I should say, no longer the MACJC. So 3-0 in the North for ICC, 1-2 in the North here for Holmes. ICC will be in their all-white kits. Holmes is in the black top, maroon shorts. As we're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening kick here between ICC and the Bulldogs. Bulldogs will be going right to left on the attack. ICC will be going left to right on the attack. So it's going to be tough here for the keepers as the sun starts to fade away here in Fulton. Anybody on the right side of the pitch will be looking back into the sun, especially when they're coming here on the near side for the attack. So that First American National Bank opening kick, it belongs to the Bulldogs. And so Bulldogs with it now. They're going to squeeze this one ahead. And the keeper will simply come forward for that one. So as we said, the Indians in white. Holmes coming up and applying a lot of pressure. That's what we saw out of the Lady Bulldogs in the first game, was strong defensive effort early, actually by both the Lady Indians and the Lady Bulldogs. The ball goes out of bounds, back-to-back out of bounds, and it will stay with the Bulldogs. Well, a beautiful day here on the pitch at the ICC Soccer Complex. Temperatures in the upper 70s, lower 80s. It's partly sunny. I'm not going to call it partly cloudy, but partly sunny. There are a few clouds in the sky, but has not given either of these teams much of a break with any cloud coverage. There was a small 5% chance of rain when we pulled up to the soccer field, we saw where it got cloudy for a second, but then quickly kind of just faded away, and that's going to be a handball. Are they going to call this a foul on? Oh, they're going to call this possibly a foul here. Thought it was a handball before the contact. They were talking to number 20. Eugene on that last play. So the Indians on the attack here, trying to stay unbeaten in North Division play. Take a look over the last 4 matches for ICC. It started with a 3-1 win at Hines, picked up a hard-fought 1-0 victory over East Central, went to Northwest, picked up a 3-1 win there, and then they traveled to Georgia to take on Andrew College. As here come the Indians now. Opportunity here. He's going to step into it, strike, but no, saved. Great save there as Purvis just could not send that one home. 0-0, Jordan Stevens in the net to start things off here for the Bulldogs. Now the Bulldogs trying to race down the other end. ICC recovers nicely on defense. But yeah, to finish that thought, they went to Georgia to play Andrew College, jumped out to a 4-0 lead, and then second half, well, Indians got a spoonful of home cooking there for a little while from some of the calls, and Andrew was able to climb back into that match, and Indians found a way to hold on to that one 4-3, and that's their win streak right now. Their 2 losses this season has been to number 6 Jones and number 15 Gulf Coast. They opened the season with a 3-2 win at Southwest. For the Bulldogs, they're coming off a 2-1 loss versus Northwest. They did win 1-0 at East Central, lost a 6-1 decision to Hines, dropped a 7-1 decision to Colin, and back-to-back shutout losses against Southwest and Meridian. The offside was the call there. So the Indians will have it now. As we said, Indians working left to right, wearing all white kits. Cammy's going to swing this one out far side on the attack. Indians let it sit, now trying to get right back to it. Good job recovering there. Header? No. Just wide, but a beautiful attempt there by the Indians, as that was O'Daniel. Just couldn't quite get that one on frame there. But a good send. A good attack there, and the Indians knocking on the door, but nobody home just yet. 0-0 is the situation, scoreless. Inside 41 minutes of play here in the first half. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians fell 4-0 to number 6 Holmes in the first match of the day. Purvis with it now. He's wanting to work one-on-one, nothing there, leaves it out wide. This is going to be Rollins with it. Rollins sets it up looking for West, but it was broken up there by the Bulldogs. David trying to chase this one down, does so, gets it back to Rollins. Rollins will get it right back one more time from David. In the middle they go with it. That one deflected, looked like a handball, but apparently going to say incidental contact. Now here come the Indians, and just couldn't quite keep up with himself as he tripped that time. The ball's going to be sent back out wide, and the Bulldogs, good hustle to step in front of that one and get it back. And they keep it in bounds. Marquez now sends it back. This is O'Daniel. O'Daniel trying to knife his way through traffic. Marquez simply backs it back out and resets through Rollins. And then just a little bit of a lazy pass taken away that time, as that's going to be number 21, Claude, who steps in front of that one. Sun Tzu has it now. And that one's going to be broken up by the Indians. A little bit of confusion on the play there as both teams kind of stopped and watched it roll for a little bit. Marquez getting a hug from Eugene and a whistle, and the ball will go back to the Indians. So the Indians will put this one in play by flipping sides of the field. Try to go on the attack on the left side, then Holmes is just going to send it out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in here for the Indians. .38:40 to play here in the first half. Lee Adams, he's on the sideline taking photos for ICCimages.com. And I got to give credit where credit's due. We got some ICC fans here, and they broke out the hammock. I don't know what the kids call it today. It's not a hammock anymore. What are those things? I call them a hammock. I know they've got a different name, but a couple of students enjoying a beautiful day out here. Say it again. Inu, yes, that's what it is. This one's sent over the middle, and I'm going to call offsides in that situation. You can almost see them in the background there on the screen, but yeah, found a shade. Going to enjoy some soccer. Probably studying if mom and dad are watching. I know that's exactly what they're doing over there, studying while watching some soccer today. This one being bounced around now as the Indians finally let it settle. We're going to go to the far side of the pitch now. Cammie quickly trying to touch it on the backside, intercepted that time by the Bulldogs. The Indians having to hurry, and they do so. Good job of quickly getting back in front of that one. That one's going to be sent out of bounds. It'll go back to the Indians. Well, Holmes being aggressive defensively here, trying to see if they can create some turnovers and possibly go over the top of the Indians to see if they can get some breakaway points, but ICC has been there each time they've tried to get it across the pitch in a hurry. Now here come the Bulldogs on the attack. Squeeze this one ahead. And that's going to be Emerson who steps in front of that one. Sends it up now to Rollins. Rollins going to send it back to Emerson. Now they're just going to reset here through Martin. Corbin Martin a couple of weeks ago named Conference Defender of the Week, or Keeper of the Week. I don't know where Defender of the Week came from there, but Keeper of the Week. As the Indians have it, a little give and go quick action there, but the Bulldogs, man, tough defense out of the Bulldogs here, easy. Not giving anything to the Indians easy, I should say, is they've just been smothering defensive-wise. It is Jip who leaves it back out wide now. Indians have had a couple of shots early, just couldn't find a way to send them home. And there's the Bulldogs to step in front of it. And then O'Daniel's there to clean things up for the Indians. So it's almost anything you can do, I can do better right now between the Indians and the Bulldogs, as it's just been played on this 10-yard stretch of field for quite a while now. Rollins with it, sends it over the middle. Beautiful touch there. Great recovery, though, by the Bulldogs to take it away. O'Daniel could have had an opportunity there to get squared on the goal. Instead, it's going to be a stop and play as Jip is going to be whistled. And the Bulldogs will get the free kick here. So this is Roberts who will step into this one. Turn down the exterior mic just a little bit since we've got some players joining below us just in case something said that we don't need to hear. As this one sent across the way. ICC keeps it. Now trying to go across the middle. Crosses over. Leaves it to the outside to West. West squeezes this one ahead. Opportunity for the Indians. Strike, but deflected. Well, a good give and go there between Lupe and Cammie. But a great defensive play that time, though, by Roberts to break it up. And it'll be a corner kick coming up here for ICC as West will get set to send this one from the far side of the pitch. So Cammie steps into this one, line drive. O'Daniel tried to get ahead on it, couldn't quite get it squared away. Ball's down there. Rollins is going to keep it alive, sends it back out to West. West sends this one over the middle. Header, no. Good idea, good effort that time by Murphy, but a good job taking away the angle of attack by the Bulldogs, not allowing it to get squared up in the goal as it goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Bulldogs. 33:51 to go until halftime. We invite you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report coming your way. We'll have a Sonnet scoreboard update, or scoring update, I should say. We'll take a look back at some of the highlights from the first half of play. If you'd like to go back and watch some highlights from this season, you can do so by visiting our YouTube page. Just simply search Let's Go ICC on YouTube. Have tons of highlights from soccer, football, and we'll have some golf highlights as golf will be hosting the ICC Fall Invitational Monday and Tuesday of next week at River Birch. Who knows? We might even try to stream some golf next week. Oh, bad touch. ICC takes it away, sends it over the middle, but the Bulldogs are right there to get it back and clean things up. Marquez leaves this one out wide to Batista. And then the Indians give it right back, just directly to a Holmes player. Whistle on the Indians. Well, everybody on the bus as we get ready for this kick here from the Bulldogs. And this one's going to stay in bounds somehow. Batista gets it back, sends it ahead, and a hard tackle over there, and it'll be a free kick coming up here for the Indians. So as we said, ICC's had some opportunities. Holmes has yet to threaten in this situation, but they've started to gain a little bit of momentum to shift field position in their favor here. Still no score, inside 32 minutes to play. Rollins lost it for a moment, was able to get it back. That's Jip with it. Emerson back to Rollins. Holmes is making the Indians work here. They're not giving them anything easy whatsoever. As Rollins sends this one ahead, goes off the back foot of Purvis. O'Daniel wanting a call from the referee as he got kind of put in an arm bar that time by one of the Holmes player. The referee acknowledged that he missed it and said, let's play on. We'll keep an eye on it from the beginning. So, hey, can't fault a referee when he says, yes, I missed that one. So this one's sent ahead. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will go back to the Bulldogs. So turn up the Nat Sound mic a little bit more now that a few voices have cleared out of the area. As this ball just bouncing around and finally settles at the feet of the Bulldogs. Oh, that one, good idea there by Rollins, is poked that one away, just couldn't get right back to it quick enough before it went out of bounds. As O'Daniel will head that one over to Marquez, back outside to Rollins now. ICC trying to go on the attack over the middle. This is West. Quick double team, gets the ball away, and it goes out of bounds, and it will head back to the Indians. Well, Holmes, they're playing tough defensively. I know I've said that a time or two already throughout this broadcast, but it's almost like they've got an extra player on the field. They're able to cover so much ground. Marquez puts a head on that one, and no. That one surprisingly became a little bit more dangerous than anticipated that time, as you'll take a look at this one. He'll just pop this one up. The keeper actually had to go up and get that one off the crossbar. Back to live action now. Still no score. Coming up on 29 minutes to play here in the first half. O'Daniel wants to go out wide with it to Rollins. Rollins has to let it settle. Now keeps up with it. Sends it back to Emerson. Emerson to Jip. Billy trying to cross over the defender. Now we'll leave it back out wide. ICC trying to find that breakthrough goal here in the first half. Had a couple of opportunities, actually 3 opportunities. Just haven't been able to find the back of the net just yet. Jeff, long pass. This is going to be to Rollins. Rollins squeezes this one forward. Broken up as they had Wes knifing in that time. Could have been dangerous there, but a good job by Roberts to break that one up for the Bulldogs. Now here comes Holmes. So the Bulldogs are going to try to reset here. ICC looks like they want to try to push up a little bit defensively. As this one will simply roll out of bounds. Substitutions coming into the match here. This is going to be for ICC. Number 15, Anthony Jones. Number 11, Dylan Sevilla. And number 18, that is Kyle Criddle for the Bulldogs. Those substitutions being brought to you by Sam's Town Market of Manatee. Got a butcher shop on site, fresh produce, and a lot of specialty items. So if you're ever in Manatee, stop by Sam's Town Market. Tell them thank you for sponsoring ICC soccer here on the ICC Sports Network.
Stop forcing everything down the middle.
So the Indians with it now, trying to reset the attack. They do so. Bad touch as Jiff tried to get to it, but the Bulldogs were in the right spot at the right time. This one sent ahead. Oh, deflected. It's still alive, but the Indians clean it up there. Dangerous opportunity, or dangerous moment, I should have said there, as the Bulldogs, if they could have turned around, found the ball quickly, could have had an opportunity of possibly putting something on frame there, but ICC eventually cleans up a wild scramble for the ball as Emerson lets it settle. Chip has it now. And they're forcing him backwards, and he's going to try to send this one cross field, and it's intercepted there by the Bulldogs. Again, Holmes trying to quickly get it up the pitch once they do get the turnover. As that one deflected and taken by the Indians. Wes has it at midfield. He's going to survey, see what they got, and they got nothing, so he's going to have to back it back up and reset the offense. Not a lot of movement without the ball by the Indians right now, and that's exactly what Coach Sullivan kind of recognized there at the same time. The ball being fought for, and Holmes comes away with it. But that's one thing I just noticed right before Sully said something about it. You might have heard over the microphone there, but a lot of standing around and watching to see where the ball is going versus trying to create something. They're going to try to go over the top here to Jones. Ball bouncing away. Jones gets it. Leaves it back now, and ICC trying to go down the side, forced out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Indians. Inside 25 and a half minutes now to go until halftime. Invite you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report. We'll have a playing from the ICC All-American band that you want to be sure and check out as well. This ball deflected away. Opportunity here for the Indians. Shoots it. No, just wide. Lupe might have forced that one a little bit too quick that time, thinking someone was going to close in a hurry. Try to go cross. Couldn't do so. We've got number 7, Green, number 25, Fuller, and I believe it might have been number 9, Livingston, checking into the contest. Here is actually 4 checking in, maybe Grayson Dale being that 4th for the Bulldogs. Those substitutions being brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma. John Harrod and all those fine folks out there at the Bank of Oklahoma, longtime sponsor of ICC Athletics. We appreciate John and all those out there at the Bank of Oklahoma. Visit bankofoklahoma.com for more information on how you can maybe take out a loan for a house or something coming up you're looking for. As this is ICC now. Sevilla with it. Wes had it deflected, and the Bulldogs get it back. And just a collision there as Jones goes to the turf as he was hit by 3 Bulldog players. And this will be a free kick opportunity here for the Indians, something they can make dangerous, especially from this side of the pitch, as the keeper will be looking back into the sun. So we'll see what they elect to do here, see if they try to put something on frame, maybe get something, the keeper looking back into the sun, and maybe make something tough here. West sends this one to the backside, bouncing around. O'Daniel, yes! Big time goal there for the Indians. As we'll take a look at the replay on that one, kind of just bounced around right there. He goes right-footed. Keeper couldn't find it, and the Indians take a 1-0 lead. Well, missed part of that celebration there where they all kind of just fell on top of each other. So the Indians with a 1-0 advantage. Did a bicycle. So Daniel gets the goal. ICC now leads at 1-0. Daniel, who just got the goal now, takes it away. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be last touch by the Bulldogs. Going to get a substitution coming into the match now here for the Indians, I believe. And it's going to be Rollins re-entering the contest here. Cammie will check out. Send back to midfield. Holmes waiting on it. Now is going to just simply send this one forward. Martin will scoop it up and grab it and then quickly toss it out to the left side. Up to midfield where the Bulldogs will regain possession now. 1-0 is your score. ICC with the lead inside 22 minutes to play into the first half. Lupe takes that one away. He's a tough double team, and the ball will eventually go out of bounds, and it will go right back to the Indians. O'Daniel will get it at midfield. Now it's going to send it here near side to Rollins. Rollins dribbling back across the middle. Gives it back to O'Daniel. O'Daniel tries to squeeze it up the middle. Jip couldn't get that back heel touch to it. And the Bulldogs get it back, but there's O'Daniel hustling back once again. O'Daniel trying to weave his way through traffic, and a little late whistle there as some of the ICC fans and players wanted to call and eventually got it. So an opportunity here to make something extremely dangerous for the Indians and take a 2-0 advantage here. So getting the wall stepped off the proper amount of space here. Lupe getting set to step into this one and sends that one a mile high. Couldn't quite get squared around on that one. A couple of subs coming in here for the Indians. Cuellar will come in along with Gallardo, coming in for the Indians. So 19:45 to play here. ICC misses another opportunity off that free kick. Couldn't make it dangerous. And so it stays 1-0 in favor of the Indians. And oh, nasty landing there by both players. And a quick stoppage there as Jones hit hard. May have knocked the breath out of him. Also thought number 6 loose for the Bulldogs. Looked like he landed on his face, but he was quick to pop up that time. And so they're going to send him to the side and just quickly check him possibly for, the referee says make sure he's clear to come back. And he will be looked at real quick as Wes will come back into the contest here for the Indians. So kind of like a hockey drop as they put that one back in play. So the Indians get it back. This is Billy Jip with it over the middle. Sends it ahead, broken up there. Good idea, man. Just couldn't squeeze that one through to Sevilla. And now Wes going to drop this one off and trying to find Sevilla. Smart play, though, by the keeper. Really the only play on the ball that time was Stevens. If he doesn't come up and make that play, it's going to be a dangerous opportunity there for the Indians. So headsy play there for the keeper of Holmes to come up and grab that one and negate that opportunity. Ball bouncing around right now as neither team can get it to settle, and the Indians finally do as they send it back across the middle. And then the Bulldogs take it away. Holmes with it now, trying to get a 1v1 opportunity here. Turns around, strikes, it's not on frame, and Martin will easily take that one away as that was Eugene who stepped into that one. Looked like he might be shaken up after that play as well. Indians were going to stop for a moment to see if he needed to be taken out of the match, and referee said play on. So Emerson with it. Leaves it out to Rollins. Rollins want to take it near midfield, now drops it back to O'Daniel. Daniel going to reverse the pitch. Squeezes this one ahead and trying to find the ICC player to get it to as that was Marquez able to go around and keep it alive now through traffic. Just too many Bulldogs there for the Indians to be able to squeeze that one through as O'Daniel eventually gets it back now. And then the Bulldogs take it away. Mad scramble for the ball right now as O'Daniel had it, lost it, Bulldogs get it back. And the Bulldogs lose it, but they're able to get a handle right back on it. Chip steps in front of it. The Bulldogs able to get it back one more time. And O'Daniel will step in front of that one. Gets tripped up, and the call against the Bulldogs. Again, we invite you to join us on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Blue Channel, tomorrow night at 5 o'clock as we'll have volleyball action coming your way against Lawson State. Indians dropped a decision at Pearl River, trying to rebound and get that win streak going again for the volleyball team. And also Thursday night, football will be right back here on the Red Channel, the American version of football, as we travel to Northeast and take on our rivals, the Tigers. So that one nearly taken away. Indians with it now. It's going to roll around, and somehow that ball just refused to go out of bounds on that baseline that time, and eventually finds its way out of bounds to Emerson. Substitution coming into the match now. This is Diego checking in. Diego Valenzuela checking in. This substitution being brought to you by our friends at Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Visit RenaissanceBank.com for more information on their rewards extra account or their student checking options as well. And a foul there is going to be called on Emerson. If you're just now joining us, the Indians trying to earn a split this afternoon with Holmes in soccer. Number 6 Lady Bulldogs picked up a 4-0 win in the first match of the day. Got a pair of goals in each half of that match. As this one just being pinballed around right now, and Holmes eventually comes away with it, but then ICC tries to clear it out. Holmes finds it off the clear. And then ICC takes it away. Now the Indians trying to get out in a foot race. Gallardo checks up now, so send it over the middle. Now it's got backside to Rollins. Rollins wide here on the right side. Wants to fire from distance, and this is going to be tough. No, too tall. Well, that's what we said. If you can fire from this side, especially when the sun's coming out like that, you kind of saw Stevens kind of shielding his eyes, trying to find the ball. Luckily for Stevens, it went a little bit deeper than anticipated. Heflin, wearing number 2, will check into the match. Marin, number 12, and number 17, Sun Tzu, all into the contest here for the Bulldogs. There's one more, but I missed him. So Holmes, when they do substitute, it's usually mass substitutions. Haven't seen less than 4 substitutions come into the match so far here in the first half for the Bulldogs. This ball bouncing around. Cammie will let it settle. So now they're just going to reverse the pitch over to Emerson. As he'll let it settle. Tries to squeeze this one forward. Bulldogs were ready for it. Rollins missed it, was able to retract to get it. And it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs right here in front of us. With 19.5 to play, ICC leading 1-0. Wes sends it back to Chip. Now trying to go backside. He's got a man opportunity there, but just couldn't quite get to it quickly enough. And again, another heads-up play by Stevens. He's just a step away, or maybe just a millisecond on the delay of decision to come up to make the play on the ball. If he doesn't do that, then it's going to be another opportunity for the Indians to build on this 1-0 lead. So it's heads-up play there. So I have forgotten to run the clock here. It's actually 12:40 to go now. So foul on the Indians. Bulldogs will have it. You heard the coaches from Holmes shouting, "Quickly, quickly." Well, they did not move with haste, as now they will get it in play. Sends this one over the middle. Emerson cleans that one back. Bulldogs will keep it, but then there's Jip to take it away. Nice job by Billy to come in there, take it away from the Bulldogs. Now here come the Indians on the attack. Spun back. Jip was able to keep it alive for the Indians. Now they squeeze it ahead to West. West, far side of the pitch. Now wants to go over the top, and nothing there. And now you're starting to hear a little jawing back and forth between the Indians on the pitch right now. I'm not too happy with the last few decisions that they've made offensively. So this punt high into the sky here. This one's sent to the opposite side to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here. And they're going to get a substitution in this situation. 22 for the Bulldogs. Rodriguez, 7 for the Indians. Purvis back into the contest. This substitution being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. For all your aches and pains, any surgeries you may need there, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi is one you need to give them a call. 844-BONES. As that one goes out of bounds. It's just been sloppy, for a lack of better words, so far in this contest. And a large part of the Indians' sloppiness has been because of tough defense out of the Bulldogs. But then there's a play by Purvis, who just checked in. West will let it settle. Looking for someone to go to now, drops it back to Marquez. Marquez goes out wide with it, back over the middle. Purvis, a little give and go action there on the left side now. Opportunity to strike over the middle and looking for the backside to Rollins. No, cleared out. Beautiful job there, as that was Heflin that came through to clean that one up, as the Indians made that extra touch and nearly turned into a golden opportunity to take a 2-0 advantage. But again, the Bulldogs defense have been tough. The Indians got to find a way to adjust, as they're moving a lot better without the ball. That was one thing they struggled with there in the first half, as it'll be a corner kick coming up here, and this will be Jip to send this one on its way. Go backside, and just couldn't get a good set going there for the Indians. So just too many numbers there for the Indians, as the Bulldogs try to go over the top of it in a hurry. 2v1 in favor of the Indians, and they were able to take that one away with ease by Purvis. So Purvis is going to squeeze this one ahead. This is Rollins with it now. Rollins wanting to push, had it deflected. And now the Indians have it back, trying to go to the backside with it on the far side of the pitch. A little too tall, but able to save it inbounds. Trying to work a little 1v1 action over there, but again, solid defense out of the Bulldogs, forcing the Indians to retreat towards midfield. Marquez has it. Over the middle they go. This is Chip. Chip's going to simply send that one back to Marquez. And now the Indians almost just playing a little game of keep away here with 8.5 to go in the first half. Now over the middle they go. Indians with it. Bulldogs coming up to apply some pressure and nearly forced the turnover. ICC will take it back as they let it settle in the backfield. Good defense once again by the Bulldogs, not giving the Indians anything easy. As that one sent ahead and the Bulldogs take it away. They try to squeeze it forward, and then Marquez takes it back. Player down on the pitch here for the Indians. Marquez trying to streak down the far side of the pitch. And then it's going to be almost out of bounds, and then the Bulldogs get it back. Looks like Gallardo that was shaken up on the play. He actually comes in and makes the play there to force the ball backwards there. And the Indians eventually get the turnover. Purvis, he was grabbed that time, now shakes it off. Goes left-footed and can't get it dangerously there. Well, good idea. I like the fact of striking when you had that lane. Make something difficult on the keeper there. You never know when they let that one slip through, but another great save on the part of Stevens to keep that one to go to the back of the net. I know he's got at least 4 saves. He has allowed 1 goal in the match. Substitution coming in here. This is going to be Claude checking in when they wave him in this situation, and apparently they're not. Now they're going to let him come in. Ajid and Claude will come in this situation here for the Bulldogs. One 0 Indians with the lead. ICC getting into substitution here as well. Batista will come in, and those substitutions being brought to you by Sonic right here in Fulton. A half cherry, half grape slush sounds really good right now from Sonic. Matter of fact, that might be what's on the menu for supper tonight. Mad scramble for the ball, and eventually foul called here on the Bulldogs. And Claude did not like that call. Had a little bit extra to say to the official on the far side, and the official shrugged his shoulder and said, play ball. Bulldogs with it now, trying to go on the attack on the right side after a little miscommunication of the Indians. Trying to take advantage of that defensively. Now here they come. They got some deep penetration. They send it, but it's just off the side of the net. And there'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Indians. Boy, that was a good opportunity there for the Bulldogs. ICC had to scramble to get back defensively, and luckily they did. And we're still at 1-0. As O'Daniel will check back into the match here for ICC. Once again, a Sonic substitution. If you're looking for a job, well, the Sonic here in Fulton, they're hiring all positions, full-time, part-time, day and night. Just stop by the Sonic right there on South Adams Street. Hit the red button, ask for an application, and they'll bring you one out. And Melissa and the rest of the crew would love to be able to make you part of the Sonic family there. As Rollins with it now, drops it off to Wes. Wes wants to swing it out wide now. Indians lead at 1-0. They squeeze it across the middle. Wes going to try to poke it across. Can't do so. Just got enough of that one for the save. Good idea by Cammie that time, just to try to get the quick touch past the keeper. The keeper had to do the splits to keep that one alive, and just able to keep that one out of the back of the net. Cammie sends this one ahead. The ball's bounced around and finally cleared out by the Bulldogs. Didn't quite get a good send on that one that time. Marquez tried to come up and get it. Purvis is going to send that one out of bounds. Or no, excuse me, it's inbounds. They're going to say out of bounds now. So 3:45 to go here. More substitutions coming in. We said earlier when Holmes was doing substitution, it was mass substitutions. Well, they're not now. So Livingston will re-enter the contest. Starting to see the shadows stretch across the field here as the sun continues to set in behind the waterway here near campus on Fulton. Has West with it. Now wants to send this one ahead. Foot race on the far side. And it's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say corner opportunity coming up here for the Indians. Took them a little while to decide on what they wanted to call there. Well, the Indians would love to add on a goal here just before halftime. 2:40 before we get there. We do invite you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report. And again, not another good send off the foot of West. Mad scramble for the ball inside the box and eventually clears out. Cammie finds it. This time sends it forward, and it's broken up there by the Bulldogs once again. Marquez lets it settle. Gets it back out to Cammie. Cammie tries to get by the defender. Good move that time with the defender. Kind of got away with a little bit of a shove to keep him from coming back to the ball. And now here come the Bulldogs. One of their best attacks here in quite a while. Indians, though, do a good job of getting back defensively. Sends it over the middle. And O'Daniel takes away the angle of attack. Beautiful job there by O'Daniel, as it was Sunzu that time who had an opportunity to get squared up on one. O'Daniel just knifed in front of him and took it away. Marquez with it. Tried to push that one forward and deflected out there by the Bulldogs. And this one's going to be out of bounds, deflected by Holmes, and it should stay with ICC with 1.5 to play now. Have to fish this one out. As the Indians taking a lot of time here to get this one thrown in, they finally do so. And the Bulldogs take that one away. Bulldogs have played strong defensively. Has not given the Indians anything easy here in the first half, as we're now inside a minute to play here. ICC would love to find a goal here. But again, just another takeaway there by the Bulldogs. Indians get it back. Purvis trying to send this one forward. That's going to be a handball, it is. 30 seconds to go now. And the Bulldogs will get ready to step in front of this one. Trying to find that equalizer just before we get into halftime, and that should do it. Now with 15 seconds, see if Holmes will rush it in here. They're going to try to with 10 seconds. And just a mental mistake right there. Did not throw it in, just rolled it in, and that will do it. 1-0 is your score here at halftime. ICC with the lead. We're going to take a break here at halftime and look back at one of the halftime performances from a few years ago from the ICC All-American Band. Indians lead at 1-0 here at the break. Back with more right after this.
Look at this new crazy calzone from those brainiacs at Little Caesars. It's a pepperoni pizza surrounded by a calzone crust. Little Caesars got us again.
Is it more pizza or more calzone?
I don't know. What do you think, Pizza Bot?
Pizza, calzone, both. Confused. Pizza, calzone, both. Tell my wife. Bleep bloop.
Oh, we're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new crazy calzone for $8.49.
Pizza.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best story here.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And from my family, Roll Tribe!
Get a free extra most bestest pizza right now at littlecaesars.com.
Ding dong!
Order $15 or more for delivery and get a free extra most bestest pizza. Use code EXTRA PIZZA at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Little Caesars new crazy calzone, julienne pepperoni. It's so tasty.
Garlic white sauce.
Here comes the bite. Here comes the...
Yummy!
The dream about the crazy calzone again?
You also said some weird things about giraffes.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new crazy calzone for $8.49.
Pizza.
Itawamba Community College is proud to present to you the 2019 ICC All-American Marching Band. We're thrilled to perform for you this year's program, The Evolution of Gaming, featuring music from some of the most popular video games of our time. We open our program this evening with the music from the 1980 Atari game, Space Invaders. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the ICC All-American Marching Band. And now, the 91 Sega game, Sonic the Hedgehog, featuring Parasia Dunlap. Our program continues with the music from the 1992 video game Mortal Kombat, featuring our percussion. Next, we bring you the music from the 2001 video game Halo, featuring our low brass. We close our program this evening with the 2002 video game Call of Duty, featuring Jeremiah Eppridge.
extra most bestest pizza right now at littlecaesars.com.
Ding dong.
Order $15 or more for delivery and get a free extra most bestest pizza. Use code EXTRA PIZZA at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Little Caesars do crazy calzone, julienne pepperoni. It's so tasty.
Garlic white sauce.
Here comes the bite. Here comes the...
Yummy!
Was I dreaming about the crazy calzone again?
You also said some weird things about giraffes.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new crazy calzone for $8.49.
Pizza, pizza.
Ooh, rumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
They used to call me Sir Sauce back in the day.
I knew he was going to claim
Sir
that.
Sauce a lot.
You know.
Will is the sauciest
guy they know. Well, when I used to date your auntie,
huh?
she said I was saucy.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger. You a saucy cat, man.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
Well, so what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Look at this new crazy calzone from those brainiacs at Little Caesars. It's a pepperoni pizza surrounded by a calzone crust. Little Caesars got us again.
Is it more pizza or more calzone?
I don't know. What do you think, Pizza Bot?
Pizza, calzone, both. Confused. Pizza, calzone, both. Tell my wife. Bleep bloop.
Oh, we're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new crazy calzone for $8.49.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We get set to start the second half of Play ICC. We'll have this First American National Bank opening kick to start the second half. They will be moving right to left on the attack, and it'll be the Bulldogs in their black and maroon kits. They'll be moving left to right on your attack here. So Corbin Martin will have to be dealing with the sun here as it continues to set over Fulton.
Come on, JB. Come on, JB.
As the Indians have it, it was a goal at the 23-20 mark by Carson O'Daniel. That's the difference in the match right now. 1-0. Indians with the lead. ICC trying to earn a split here with the Bulldogs this afternoon, or I should say evening, as this one sent over. Header is going to be off the backside, and Indians will have to scramble to try to recover here as that's Rollins. But if you're just now joining us, ICC dropped a 4-0 decision to the number 6 team in the country in the Lady Bulldogs. They'll look to rebound as Pearl River will come to town on Friday for a doubleheader. It'll be available right here on the Red Channel. I believe Lee Adams may say he has the call on that one. I'll be out of town on Friday. So the Indians are going to reset here. This is Emerson with it on the far side of the pitch. Again, the Bulldogs defense, they have been tough. They're packing it in on the Indians, not giving them anything really easy in their sets here. Is that one just a bad touch taken away by the Bulldogs? Again, they try to quickly go over the top, but nobody there as the Indians able to break it up. And again, trying to go over the top, and the Indians break it up one more time. Well, you're just playing defensively here in hopes to be able to get one of those to slip through and get a 1v1 opportunity as foul on the Bulldogs. As I said, it just seems like the Bulldogs have been playing with a extra player defensively all day today. They've just been all around the ball and been tough defensively, causing the Indians a lot of problems. Jip is going to get set to step into this one here, this free kick. Sending it towards the backside. Emerson couldn't quite get squared around on that one. Good job to take Emerson away from the ball that time by the defense. It's a good send on the part of Billy. Just nothing to show for it there for the Indians. O'Daniel steps in front of that 50-50 ball and gets it back for the Indians now. So it resets it through Emerson on the backside. This is going to be Marquez with it. David trying to push forward, and again, the Bulldogs taking away the attack angle. Jip goes over to O'Daniel. O'Daniel had a little bit of trouble with it. Now Wes going to try to come out, and it eventually ends up out wide to the Indians. Back to Wes. Wes had to come back to the ball and regather himself. Now he's just going to set it back to Emerson. Emerson sends this one out wide to Batista. Batista wanting to try to find Jip going towards the baseline. Just a little bit too much touch that time as it goes out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Bulldogs.
Win the 50-50. Get in a position to win it, Heflin.
So taking a lot of time as now he sends this one near side on the 50-50 ball. Deflected around and still being fought for, and Holmes will control it. Good job there by the Bulldogs, as that was Eugene that was able to take it away. Now try to send it ahead, and just a little bit of miscommunication there as Claude that time did not go for the ball, and it did stay in bounds as Coach Sullivan was grabbing the Indians' attention. Everybody just assumed that it would go out of bounds, but it did not. O'Daniel wants to give it over here to Jip. Jip now sends it over to Rollins. Rollins sends it in the middle to West. West trying to send it ahead to Rollins one more time. Foot race here, and good job there by Dale to clear it back to the keeper. And now we'll eventually clear it out to midfield. Reed Emerson lets it settle now, sends it out to the far side. Lupe with it. Finds it over to Jip. Jip surveying the defense, pointing the traffic on where he wants him to go. Nobody really went with him. The Indians had to force it back out and reset. Batista goes baseline to Rollins. Rollins sends it over the middle. Good ideas. They had Lupe flashing to the backside, but a great job by Stevenson to step in front of that cross and take away that opportunity there for the Indians. If that one gets through, that's a for sure point for ICC. Oh, that hurt. As Connor Murphy, I believe, might have lost the ball in the sun that time, and it came straight into his nose on that header. And he is feeling it on the field right now. O'Daniel splits defenders, now wants to go over the top with it, and another good decision by Stevens to come up and make a play on the ball there. This one's going to be deflected away, and Holmes should let it settle. They do. And then it's going to be sent out of bounds, and it will stay with the Bulldogs. Sully checking on Murphy, gives him the thumbs up, let him know he's okay. And O'Daniel takes that one away, leaves it off to Marquez now. Marquez going to survey the defense. Villanueva with it now. Lupe gets it out to West. Back heel touch, trying to go right back. Another one. Now here come the Indians. Lupe got a man on his hip. He's going to try to go over the middle, and no, just led him a little bit too far. Might have been some confusion on who that was going to, as Gipp was over the middle, and you had Rollins trailing on the backside, and Jip kind of looked back and thought it was going to Rollins. Rollins trying to checked up, thinking it was going to Jip that time, so a good attack that time by the Indians. Just got to be a little bit more aggressive, thinking the ball's coming to you. Well, the Bulldogs win this 50-50 ball here as Murphy's going to try to come up, and he will send it out of bounds. That'll allow the defense to reset. First time you kind of saw the Indians being lazy. I hate to use the word lazy, but that sounds negative, but it was what it was. The Indians did not get back defensively. The Bulldogs took advantage of it, and luckily Murphy was able to clean that one up and send it out of bounds. That shot deflected by Murphy. Now West with it. West going to dribble it forward, looking for someone to come help him out. Did not get it. And, Indians got away with one there, and that one's going to get him with the second foul, and it's going to be called on O'Daniel. Actually, I think he's going to call it back where West was originally grabbed him. And they're going to ask for stoppage of the clock. And that's what they were doing. They were going to call it on West, and they didn't want to necessarily stop the advantage that they had at that time. And once the advantage was taken away in that sense, and they stopped it there. So not a bad decision there by the referee. As Holmes said, he grabbed it with two hands, would want him to get a yellow card in that situation, but he did not. This one sent over the middle, and Martin comes up and makes the play. Come over to explain that he gave Holmes a warning earlier for that same call, so he is returning the favor of the Indians. And Coach Matt agreed and said, okay, thank you, and just went back and retrieved his drink on the sidelines. Rollins with it now. And a quick touch back to Rollins, but just took an unfortunate roll from the Indians that time. Jip had it. Another one of those unfortunate bounce that went the way of the Bulldogs. And this one coming into your living room. Nearly took out one of the cameras right here in front of me. And the Indians will throw it in. West squeezing this one ahead to Purvis. Purvis, just couldn't get to it quick enough. Another great decision by Jordan Stevens. If he, again, waits or hesitates on that decision, the Indians would have had an opportunity there. Scramble for it. Referee says play on. Good no call that time by the referee. Letting them play as neither player gained an advantage in that collision. And now the Bulldogs take it away. Here comes an opportunity for the Bulldogs. Murphy, though, steps in front of it. Now Holmes is going to try to get it in a hurry here. They do. ICC having to track back. Luckily for the Indians, not a whole lot of Bulldogs rushed up the field either that time. And that's going to be a foul on the Indians. And this is going to be a great scoring opportunity coming up here for the Bulldogs as they try to find the equalizer. 1-0 Indians with the lead coming up on 35 minutes of play here in the contest. As we said, anything from this side, midway, near side of the field, is going to be tough because you'll be looking back into the sun here if you're Martin. And the referee now will put it in play. That one's sent to the side, and not a good send that time by the Bulldogs. The Indians easily clear that one back out, and the Bulldogs force back to midfield. Now this one going ahead here for the Bulldogs, an opportunity, but a great job there. No, he's able to get it back, now sends it across the middle. Tried to be cleared out, and ICC just does get it cleared. And then just trying to put a foot on the ball to see if he can make it dangerous at times. It goes out of bounds. Boy, I tell you what, the Indians dodged a major bullet there, as that might have been the best scoring opportunity of the afternoon for the Bulldogs. So they'll just simply touch this one forward to Murphy. And the Bulldogs being very tenacious defensively. Indians being patient as they get that one across. Marquez gives it back to West. West splits defenders, and he is knocked to the turf. As he drops this one off to Chip. Back to West. West looking to go backside to Rollins. Rollins is there. Puts a foot on this one, but it's just going to go on the backside of the net. Trying to get that crossover that time. Maybe looking backside to Lupe, but a good job there by Livingston of the Bulldogs to not let him be able to get squared up on the ball and forced it to go on the backside of the net and out of bounds. This one skipped ahead. Still a scramble for it, and Marquez will come away with it. Marquez leaves it up to Rollins. Rollins going to send it to Purvis, but it's going to be cleared out of bounds. 1-0 Indians with the lead. Looking backside to Lupe. Oh, just too tall. Might have even been offsides. I think I was going to say he was offsides that time as it released before the ball was sent. Good idea. Every once in a while, those who kind of slip past a side judge, or you'll either get the benefit of the doubt, and the Indians did not get it there. Coming up on 32 minutes to play in this one. Indians lead this one 1-0. Marquez wrestles that one away. Indians with it now. Purvis is going to go out wide to Lupe. Lupe trying to cross over the middle. And Holmes does a good job of deflecting that one out and forcing the Indians to reset. Marquez with it now. Sends it back to O'Daniel. O'Daniel surveys the defense, see what they're going to give him. He's going to reverse the pitch. That ball just had a little bit of backspin on it, so the ball will go back to the Bulldogs. Over the middle they go with it. Now Holmes will get it at midfield. Now here come the Bulldogs. They got a good attack on the last time, trying to get another one there. Got a little too fancy, as it was easily taken away that time by Murphy. And Murphy finds himself at midfield before he gives it back to Marquez. West with it. Squeezes this ahead, right wing to Purvis. Purvis tries to leave it over the middle to Rollins. Rollins strikes, but a foul. A whistle and a foul here on the Indians. So the referee talking to Rollins that time, and just a collision. Didn't really push. It was more of a collision, and Rollins did have the stronger of the collision to get the advantage on the ball. So the foul on the Indians, and they'll send this one forward. West will collect it, leaves it out wide. Now they go back. I believe this is this is O'Daniel. O'Daniel gets past the guy, but just couldn't get the ball to go with him. Gets by him one more time here. O'Daniel squeezes it across. The ball deflected, and scary moment there as Stevens tried to come up to make a play on the ball. One of his own teammates gets in the way. O'Daniel made a kick at the ball, and O'Daniel pretty wise that time not to follow through with that kick, not wanting to kick Stevens in the face, if you will. Wouldn't have been malicious, just would have been an unfortunate bad situation there. But now here comes the Bulldogs on the other end. Got an opportunity here to try to find the equalizer. Steps into it, but goes too tall. Substitutions coming to the match here for both teams. Sevilla in for ICC along with number 15, Jones. Well, Holmes coaches trying to lobby for a call over there, so don't be surprised if the next physical play either way draws a card. As you kind of heard the referee say there, you know, he's giving both teams a warning. And I'll say this, I haven't seen anything really just malicious either way on the ICC side or the home side that has really given either team an advantage in this case, as this ball is going to be sent ahead. Rollins with it over the middle. Good job transitioning back that time by the Bulldogs. And that shot is not on frame. And it remains 1-0. But to go back to that point, I haven't really seen anything that's just gotten too out of control. I thought the match has been called well, about as well as it could be, as they've called it both ways. They've given warnings for both teams in this situation. So kudos to the crew on the field today. And they did a good job in the women's match as well. This one left right back across the middle to Lupe, then just a little bit of confusion as he was looking to go middle. Jones was looking to go wide, and ICC able to keep possession of the ball. Trying to go backside to Rollins. Rollins with the header forward. Jones trying to get to it. He does. And oh my goodness. That was a shove that time, and that's number 6 on the shove there, and so this should be a penalty coming up here. Jones wanted to take it, but instead, Jip is going to step in instead, so an opportunity here for the Indians to go up 2-0. Stevens has been stellar in net so far, as that one gets in. Well, couldn't really tell that time as we were kind of blocked by the attempt, and referee wasn't much of a celebration by the Indians as well. But Jip does get the goal, and ICC leads it now 2-0 with 26:59 left to play. So 2-0 is the score. Indians with the lead. That one kicked off the side of the head of a Holmes player, and ICC will eventually take possession. And he's trying to dribble ahead and eventually goes out of bounds. Just ran out of real estate that time, and once again, caused by that defense of the Bulldogs. They get on your hip and they just don't let you turn, and they basically just guided Jones out of bounds that time. Ball over the middle taken away by the Bulldogs. We'll have to send it back and reset here. Try to squeeze this one ahead, and it's taken away by Murphy. Marquez gets it in the middle. Tries to squeeze that one out wide, taken away there by the Bulldogs. Jones, though, gets it back for the Indians. Oh, good idea to try to squeeze that one ahead as Jip was breaking across the middle, but a great stretch on the part of Roberts to take it away. Roberts has played well. Excuse me, that was not Roberts that time. That was Loose on the backside. That back line has been solid for the Bulldogs, as they have not given the Indians anything easy. As I said, they're kind of packing it in defensively, and it's worked well today. ICC got a goal in the first half by O'Daniel, and then Jip gets a PK. To make it a 2-0 lead here for the Indians. ICC, chance to make this dangerous. Let's see if they can go ahead and push this one to 11. Lupe wants to go out wide and just hammers that one. And not what you want to do if you're the Indians there. As that was basically just giving the ball back to the Bulldogs on that too aggressive of a touch there. So a goal kick coming up here for the Bulldogs. This one going towards midfield. Headed over the top, and Murphy is going to be there. Puts a foot into it, sends it ahead. Gallardo with it now. Tries to go to Jones, and Jones just couldn't quite find it quick enough to be able to break back to it. Bulldogs send it over the top. ICC ready for it. Gallardo will get it again. O'Daniel to Jones. Jones fires. What a save. And then that one just comes off the post, off the rebound. Chip gets it back now, sends this one forward off the hip of the Holmes player, and it should be a goal kick coming up here. Or excuse me, not a goal kick, but a corner kick coming up for the Indians. Chip will get set to take this corner kick here for the Indians. That one sent to the backside and popped up. Emerson's going to try to put a head on it, and then the ball just sent over the top by the keeper, and it'll be another corner opportunity coming up here for the Indians. This time on the opposite side. Chip will send this one again. Go back post, and was looking for Jones. Jones was there, but another good job that time by Stevens to break that one up for the Bulldogs. Man, I've said that a lot today. Stevens has played well, as that one's going to go out of bounds. There'll be another corner kick here. So Billy getting his exercise in, basically running the width of the field back and forth now, as this will be the third corner kick coming up here for the Indians. This one sent way too deep that time. Emerson just going to try to get a head over it to keep it alive. It still goes out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Bulldogs with 21-12 to play here. ICC leading 2-0. Now the Indians have an opportunity here. Another great play by Jordan Stevens. Again, coming up and making the diving effort on that one. This ball a mile high, and it's just going to go, it's going to stay inbounds. Great hustle that time by the Bulldogs. Marquez will eventually hit it out of bounds, and looks like the Bulldogs want to try to work with a little bit more purpose here, trailing 2-0 with 20 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the contest. And the ball sent out of bounds. That allowed the Indians defense to reset here. Bulldogs slinging this one over the top. Murphy was there for the Indians, but Holmes will let it settle. So get it back now, try to send this one forward. This is what we talked about being dangerous. Sending it to the sun, and that time Martin was able to get his hands up quickly to shield the sun and then find it and get the save. Jones dribbling this one forward and just lost a little bit of control over it. Jones, very athletic guy out there, very physical when he does get on the pitch, but sometimes just gets a little too aggressive on the play like you just saw there, and the ball got away from him in a hurry. One of those, if he can find a way to play it under control, it can be a very, very big asset off the bench here for the Indians. Substitution coming into this situation is going to be number 13, Wes Rollins, checking back into the contest. So the Indians will have a throw in. And then that one taken away by the Bulldogs. Kirtley. There's a foul call there on the Bulldogs. As Jip tying his shoes, and we'll get this one back into play here. Murphy thought about something, but so 18 to go now in the contest. Kirtley will send this one ahead. Good idea, just couldn't quite get it to bend back into play as it goes out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Indians. Substitutions coming in here for the Indians. Bowden and Valenzuela in here for the Indians. These substitutions being brought to you by Sam's Town Market in Manatee. Meat, produce, and a lot of specialty items out there. Our newest sponsor joining us this season. As this one's sent ahead, and the Bulldogs have it. They're trying to find a way to cut this lead in half here. 2-0 ICC with the advantage. 17 minutes and 5 seconds to play now. This one just refused to go out of bounds, and the Bulldogs eventually find it. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by ICC. Get a substitution coming in here for the Bulldogs. This is going to be number 12, Marin, into the contest. This substitution being brought to you by Max Holmes right here in Fulton. Another one of our new sponsors on this season. We appreciate Max Holmes for helping us bring this action your way here on the ICC Sports Network. So the Bulldogs getting set to throw this one in. And just threw it out of bounds that time. Good idea, was trying to go with the back of the head to keep it in play. Just whiffed on it that time, and ICC maintains his 2-0 advantage. 16 minutes to play. Trying to go over the top that time, just a little bit too far behind Gallardo as it goes out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Bulldogs. Both these teams kind of in cruise control right now, almost like they're just sleepwalking their way through this one. And still got a lot of time to play in this one. This one far from over, 15-20 to go here, but you just don't see a lot of want to right now out of either squad. A lot of walking around, hands on the hips, kind of watching the ball as that one's going to go out of bounds and back to the Indians. Trying to go over the top to find it to Jones that time. Ball just bouncing around and pushing the back. No call. Good no call. And now Jones with it. Trying to find something to do. Splits defenders. Still driving deep and then cleared out by the Bulldogs. Emerson finds it. And the Indians are going to reset through Emerson here. 2-0. ICC with the lead. Goes out of bounds and it would go back to the Bulldogs. Multiple substitutions coming in here for the Bulldogs, 5 to be exact. And again, these substitutions being brought to you by Max Holmes. We talked about Sonic hiring. Well, Max Holmes is hiring as well. They're located on the Access Road. Stop by there and search Max Holmes online to find an application. Max Holmes, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here on the ICC Sports Network. We'll have volleyball coming your way tomorrow night at 5 o'clock as Lawson State will come to town. And then Thursday we'll be on the road with football, ICC versus Northeast right here on the Red Channel. And then back with soccer on Friday as Pearl River comes to town. Bulldogs with it. Still a lot of time to play in this one. Just not. It's almost like it's a 6-0 contest right now, and both these teams just trying to go through the motions to finish this one out, but it's really not. I mean, it's 2-0. Still a lot of time to play. Holmes can find a way to score here. They've cut it in half. And maybe just taking somebody scoring here to wake these two teams back up, because it has been sloppy here in the second half. So this ball is being sent out of bounds, and Holmes will get it back. That ball taken away back by the Indians, and it's out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Bulldogs.
Hey, y'all don't stop playing until he blows that whistle. Sammy, call! Sammy! What? What? I get treated to say
Bulldogs with it, trying to find a way to cut this lead in half here. They trail 2-0. And Bulldogs with it. It's going to be sent out of bounds as Indians, a little miscommunication on shifting defensively that time. And Murphy sent that one out of bounds to help the Indians and kind of wake his back line up that time to know where to get and how to rotate through. So Bulldogs with a corner kick. One of the few corner kicks, if not the first one they've had today. This one sent on its way. Header, no. Great opportunity there as Eugene had a chance to put that one on frame, just couldn't get turned quick enough. And I'll tell you what, that one was blistered. There was no way Martin would have had time to react to it. The Indians dodge a big-time bullet there, coming up on 10 minutes to play.
Let's win it, play! Come on!
O'Daniel had it, but then the ball just bounced away from him, and it's going to be cleared back. And eventually gets to Martin for the Indians. He's going to send it out wide to Emerson. Emerson sends this one ahead. And good idea, just Indians couldn't release quick enough to get to it. So keeper comes up and makes a play on the ball. Ball taken away there, as this is Franco in the match for the Indians. So a free kick coming up here. This will be West. That will step into this one. West sending that one. Header pops straight up in the air. Bulldogs clear it out. Emerson lets it settle. He tries to send it out, but the Bulldogs take it away. Emerson, look, he might be cramping up on the field right now as he landed awkwardly and is down still on the pitch right now. The Indians take it back, and great show of sportsmanship right now, folks. I know we always talk about just how teams get after each other, get physical out there. Well, Emerson cramping, one of the Holmes players quickly comes over and helps stretch him out while play was still going on, and looked like he might have cramp in both legs in this situation. Timeout on the field. Let's take it with him and be back with more right after this.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Emerson able to walk off on his own power. And again, just a good show of sportsmanship. Holmes players come over there and help him stretch out while the play was going on, while he was cramping. The keeper came up once the play was stopped to offer to help him off the field. And I'll just be honest, you don't see that often in the MACCC. More subs coming into the match now here for both teams. These substitutions being brought to you once again by Max Holmes of Fulton. Well, the Bulldogs take that one away, but then give it right back to the Indians. Marquez with it in the middle of the pitch. Sings it out wide. This is Bowden with it. Over the middle he goes to Purvis. Purvis turns, but nothing there. As the Bulldogs just all around. That's a handball, and Cammy knew it, grabbed it, and stopped it before the whistle even blew. So this one far from over. 2-0, Indians with the lead. Bulldogs can find a way to score here and cut this lead in half, and here comes an opportunity to do so. They're going to nearly step into that one. O'Daniel takes it away. Maybe one too many touches to try to get the perfect shot put on that time, and O'Daniel stepped in front of that one to take it away and take away the shot opportunity. I thought that was the goal the Bulldogs were looking for. Try to send this one over the top. Keeper's going to come out, put a foot on it. Going to have to hustle back. Try to send it ahead, but then the Bulldogs there to take it away again. Now the Indians going to switch the pitch now as they go to the opposite side. Coming up on 6 minutes to play in the contest. Indians keeping this 2-0 lead here over the Bulldogs. Marquez keeping it forward, and Marquez felt like he'd getting a little bit of the business over there, and the officials make the no call. Diffie's still hanging in with us. As the Indians get it in. Mad scramble for it there, and a foul on the Indians. O'Daniel has it, splits defenders, keeping it with him right here as he's dribbling through, trying to find a way to strike. There's another ball on the field right now. The referee's letting them play on. Deflection, and it's in. Let's look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. As in the right spot at the right time was Purvis, as he was just standing there. And the ball was deflected away by the keeper. Purvis didn't even move, and it bounced in, and he gets the goal there, and ICC now gets a little bit of breathing room. 3-0. There's 4:39 to play in this one. ICC now leads it 3-0. Bulldogs have it. Going to have to get aggressive here, see if they can strike quickly, but I hate to say it for the Bulldog fans right now, but it looks like they kind of just mailed it in. A lot of standing around looking and not really showing any form of attack or movement without the ball here. And to be honest with you, both teams have looked that way over the last 10 minutes. This one headed forward, broken up there by the Bulldogs. O'Daniel wanting to go backside, and a nice effort there. Franco with it now, looking to go, and it's going to eventually go out of bounds. Last touched, almost taking out our work study there. Will Simmons running one of the additional cameras this afternoon. Remind you, if you want to see highlights from this season, games for past seasons, just simply search Let's Go ICC on YouTube. That's Let's Go ICC on YouTube. All those videos here. Hit the subscribe button while you're there. And if you happen to like one of the videos, that'd be appreciated too. This time they send this one way deep on that send on the corner attempt. It goes out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Indians for another corner kick here. Inside 3 minutes to play. Remind you, stay tuned for the Renaissance Bank post-game report. We'll have some Sonic scoring coming your way. We'll look back at some of the highlights from the game as well and give you our final thoughts on the afternoon. This ball sent in, but what a outstanding play there by Stevens. He goes up and basically takes that one away from O'Daniel, who was trying to head that one in. O'Daniel was in great position to get the goal, but instead Stevens continues his stellar play today. Yes, he's given up 3 goals. One of those a fluke in that last one, but he has played smart, he's played strong, he's played physical, he's played well in net today. And that's going to be a foul there on the Bulldogs.
Hey, keep the pressure, boys. Let's go. It's not over.
Inside 2 minutes of play now. The Indians get this one in. Marquez spins it around now, sends it back to West. West gets by the defender. Tries to squeeze that one ahead, but just too many black shirts around him that time, and they're able to take it away. And we're going to have a foul call once the advantage was taken away. They'll send it right back to where it was. One of those, come on, let them play. There's 1:29 left.
Hey, we win this 50 ball. Let's go. Win.
Bulldogs with it. ICC, though, takes it away. You know, I've talked about the Bulldogs defense today. The Indians defense has played really well. Has limited the shot opportunities and has dominated the field and really have let the offense kind of dominate the time of possession, field position throughout the contest. A large part of that, too, though, is the fact that the Bulldogs have packed it back today, but the Indians have not let them get past them. Hasn't let them get over the top of anything either, so that Indians defense trying to hold strong and get the clean sheet here and earn this split with the Bulldogs this afternoon here in Fulton. We'll send it back to Martin, and Martin's going to hang on to it as long as he can. So the Holmes player will jog up to him, and eventually we'll send this one out wide. And ICC will, for basketball connoisseurs, will go to 4 wide and now send this one down the pitch. As this one now 10 seconds away from being final, we've got a player down. And that's going to do it. They did not signal to stop the clock. And ICC will win this one by the final score of 3-0 here over the Bulldogs. Let's take a look back at some of these Little Caesars instant replays and give you a Sonic scoring recap, as it was O'Daniel starting things off. It scored with the 23-20 mark of the first half. Jip added a penalty kick to make it 2-0 early on, or midway through the second half. Purvis added the insurance goal, if you will, at the 4:39 mark of the second half to give the Indians the 3-0 victory here in the nightcap. Lady Indians, they fall 4-0 to the number 6 team in the country, the Lady Bulldogs, in the opening match of the day. As that's pretty much going to do it this afternoon. So for Lee Adams, Raphael Henry, I'm Adam Gore saying good night from Fulton. Have a blessed evening, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.